This morning for SEL, I want you to click on Activities, Assign to Class folder, light blue SEL. And our task today is called Being a Communicator. What does communicate mean? It's a verb. What does that mean, Oscar? It means talking, right? So when you are growing up, it's important that you know how to talk to people. So today we're going to listen to a story, a kid's story, and we're going to think about what does it mean to communicate? What does it mean to be able to use your words to talk to people in the right way? So today your task is to click on the link. And I want you to take some time to read this story to yourself. It is a read aloud. That means you can listen to it. Then when we are done, we will go over the questions. If you get done before I'm ready, you may start thinking about the questions that go with our book. Our book this morning is called Dear Mrs. LaRue, Letters from Obedience School. I want you to start by watching the link. Then, if you're ready, you can start answering the questions on the slides. Your story time begins now. You may go. After you have listened to Dear Mrs. LaRue, we're going to look at slide number 2 together. Our first thing says a communicator talks with others and presents their own ideas. As you get older, it is so important that you know how to talk with others, to share your feelings, to share your ideas. So today we're thinking about who is a communicator. Can you say communicator? Communicator. Our first question says, how was Ike a communicator? Ike is our character in the story. Our sentence then says, Ike communicated by. I want you to think of some examples. How did Ike communicate in the story? I already see some third grade hands that are ready to teach. Gloria. He chose to write letters to talk about his ideas. Nick. He decided to use his words to talk to people. Day. At the end, how did that help him be a communicator? How did he talk with others? So he was talking to the owner, right? Okay, I want you to get your typing tool ready. And I want you to give at least one example about how Ike was a communicator. Ike communicated by, tell me one example from our text. Using text evidence, I want you to fill it in the box. Question number 2 is beneath it. It says, how have you communicated? Remember, a communicator talks with others and presents their own ideas. Think about a time in your life where you had an idea and you had to tell others. Who can give an example of a time that you were a communicator? Nick. You had to act it out. Thank you for sharing. What's another example? You want to share a time? Yeah. You had an idea and you had to share your ideas with others? What's an example in your life?
have to share out that our cousins, my cousins, we make the people and others. So we are going to try and
So Kaylee and her cousins were doing some pranks, and they had to share their ideas how to prank people in a safe way. Dave, what's an example of you being a communicator?
I use my Chromebook or phone.
You use your Chromebook or phone. Yeah, if you're on your phone talking to people, you are being a communicator because you are talking with others about your ideas. Theo.
Bless me. Thank you.
You shared an idea with Miss Thaxton. Oh yeah, Theo has shared his ideas with me. Theo has communicated to me. We've talked about pranks, Theo and I. We got Miss Thaxton really good one day. Thanks, Theo, for reminding us. Yes, Nick. Theo, you want to tell Nick what it was? There was something about her pants. You were like, Mrs. Saxon, you have something like that, I thought. We'll have to remember exactly what it was. Okay, I want you to use your text tool and finish this sentence. I have communicated. This is a verb. I have communicated by. Give one example from your life. How have you been a communicator? Type it in to slide number 2, please. You may go. On slide 3, it asks you a question about the future. It says, how will you communicate today? Remember, communicate means to talk and share your ideas. So think about today. If you are working with a partner, if you have an idea of what to play at recess, how are you going to communicate? How are you going to share your ideas today? I want to see your plan for respectful communication. How do champions talk to each other? How do champions share their ideas? I want you to respond. On this side, if you want to type, you can, or if you want to use the microphone, you may on slide 3.
Is this in the future? You said in the future.
Oh, yeah. How will you today? What's your plan? It hasn't happened yet. How will you communicate today? You may work on slide 3 now.